you just bought an ATV or you're thinking about buying one, great. Either way, I get the appeal. I was once new to ATVs too, and if you're anything like me, you're probably just eager to get out there and ride.
Maybe you want to enjoy some fun times with your family, or maybe you just need a good utility vehicle to help with your chores or your business.
But ATVs are not toys. Safe riding involves training and practice. The off-road environment isn't smooth or predictable. And ATVs handle differently from other vehicles like motorcycles and cars. So let's go over a few important tips to make sure your first ride is fun and safe so you can go back out for more. First, these machines are not one size fits all. If you thought you can buy one for the whole family to share or buy something the kids could grow into, it's not quite right. Here's mine, here's my wife's, and these are for the kids. See the difference?
Every youngster needs to be able to reach the handlebars and the footrest so they can move around and shift their body weight to control the ATV. So they need something appropriately sized for them. How do you find a good fit? Simple. Just follow the manufacturer's minimum age warning label. Every model of ATV sold today is performance matched to the age of the rider.
Make sure everyone rides an ATV that's right for their age, and always supervise riders that are younger than 16.
As the responsible adult, ensure your kids continue to use good judgment and techniques when they ride. If they get careless, well, you literally hold the key to their safety.
Kids have been injured or killed riding an ATV, even a child-sized one, unsupervised. All right, now that you have the right vehicle, let's talk gear. Have you thought about what to wear out there? I used to think shorts and t-shirts were okay on a four-wheeler.
That is until I brushed by some sharp branches. Now I always wear a long sleeved shirt and long pants every time I ride, no matter how hot it gets. And you should too.
As for footwear, sneakers aren't going to cut it. Get yourself some sturdy, over-the-ankle riding boots.
They'll offer better support for the type of active riding you'll do on the ATV, and they'll provide better protection against injury in the event of a mishap.
If you value your fingers and hands, I suggest you wear gloves whenever you ride. I always do, and so do my kids. I've seen them get enough scrapes and cuts on the playground.
We prefer off-road style gloves, the kind with padding over the knuckles that serve like a layer of armor. Farmers and ranchers will find that they can make for good work gloves too. Plus, the kids think they look pretty cool. Now, you'd be surprised how many things can fly into your eyes while riding. Things like bugs, dirt, sand, and mud can be a real problem if you're not wearing good eye protection.
I'm talking something more than just sunglasses. Something more like these cool wraparound goggles. There's nothing more annoying than getting dust in your eyes, and this foam gasket helps keep the dust out.
Hearing protection is also important. Long-term exposure to engine and wind noise can damage your hearing, even if you wear a full-face helmet. But something as simple as foam earplugs can prevent permanent hearing loss.
And finally, the most important piece of equipment, a full-face off-road helmet.
Modern full-face designs aren't just cool and comfortable. They offer the best protection for your head and face, and they can be lifesavers, protecting your brain from impacts with trees, the ground, and other off-road vehicles.
Now I know what you're thinking. Good gear costs money, and kids grow out of stuff so quickly. But think about how much it will cost if you or they don't wear the proper gear and end up in the emergency room, or worse. In this family, food and drinks are essential for an outdoor adventure. You don't want to get hangry or dehydrated out there. But whenever you take your ATVs out, do us all a favor, leave the alcohol at home.
We all know the dangers of drinking and driving. The same applies to ATVs. You don't want to lose your focus or good judgment while navigating the trails. So never ride under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Ever. Just because you're riding off-road doesn't mean laws and common sense don't apply.
Okay, we've got our gear and all the essentials. What do you say we get these ATVs loaded up so we can get to the good stuff? Here we are at our favorite trails. We've had so many great memories here, and luckily, no crashes. It's because we did our homework before ever coming out here.
First, we studied the owner's manuals so we can understand the features, capabilities, and limitations of our machines. Next, we learned the basic concepts of ATV safety by taking the free ATV e-course online at atvsafety.org. After that, we signed up for a hands-on ATV rider course, not just for the kids, but for all of us. With the help of a professional instructor, we learned how to use the controls and maneuver these rider-active vehicles. And we practiced important techniques for safe riding. Our instructor helped us focus on the best ways to handle curves, hills, and obstacles, and had us practice quick stops and swerves. It was a lot of fun. And because we bought our ATVs new, the rider course was free.
Now we can apply everything we learned and be better riders.
Thanks to the training, I feel confident that we all have the proper skills and mindset, so we can really enjoy our time together out here. I mean, look at this place. Who doesn't love the outdoor life? Of course, it's my responsibility to make sure we stick to the guiding principles, like always riding on designated trails and open areas designated for off-road vehicle activity. Our adventures are not competitions, so we never ride too fast for the prevailing conditions or our skills. We never ride along paved roads either. ATVs are designed to be ridden off-road only and may not handle as expected on paved surfaces, which could lead to loss of control. Riding along roads is also risky because ATVs are small, so motorists might not see us. We can cross a road if necessary, but only where it's safe and permitted by law. And we never carry passengers on our single-rider ATVs. There are ATVs specifically designed for 2 people if that's what you need. Since we started riding, I've made new friends too. Turns out my neighbor rides ATVs. And when he saw me loading ours one day, we got to talking. He told me how he rides for work and how he had to take the training class. He mentioned how he uses a company ATV to haul equipment around the construction site. He gave me a few tips I hadn't thought of, like the importance of checking the load limits of your ATV and precautions you need to take when towing a trailer, especially when backing up or when using a winch. Of course, all the same safe riding principles still apply no matter what type of riding you do.
Riding an ATV really is as fun as it looks when you know what you're doing. And it can be a great tool for a lot of folks who work outdoors. So let's all be safe and responsible out there.
Thanks for watching. Visit atvsafety.org or call 800-887-2887 to take your next steps and learn more about what you can do to ride safe and ride smart.